The Niger State Governor, Abubakar Sani Bello, has called on the federal government to provide financial support for legitimate Fulani herdsmen who have been victims of cattle rustling. Bello stated this while addressing participants at the National Security Summit on Pastoralism in Abuja. He says, while government must provide an environment where crime does not thrive, parents and guardians should live up to their responsibility and raise children who will be law-abiding and respect the property of others.
So the time has come for government to play a major critical role to address some of these anomalies. The government must invest, the government must recognize the herdsmen and ensure that there is some kind of palliative which may serve as some kind of insurance to the genuine herdsman that loses cattle to cattle rustlers. I'm not saying all the cattle should be replaced, but there should be support. So that it serves as a platform to bounce back gradually over time. You have no business going to join bandits because you know support will come. And to do that, in all the 19 northern states, there is no northern state that has no grazing reserve. We have close to 21 grazing reserves. We have one Bobi grazing reserve with about 30,000 hectares. We have provided land for investors. We have provided pasture. We have provided dams. We have provided schools. We have provided veterinary services. And the Fulanis are happy to stay there. In fact, they are tired moving around. They also want to stay in one place, given the opportunity. But unfortunately, as we made progress, the grazing reserve was attacked. The facilities destroyed and burnt down. Now, government has a role, but we also, as parents, we have a role to control our children, to keep an eye on them. Now, you go and rustle cattle, I can understand, maybe you want money. You kidnap, okay, maybe you want money. Why burn farms? Why burn farms? The Fulanis have never been known to be so irresponsible. We are all affiliated to the Fulanis in one way or the other through our dad or our moms. It is left for stakeholders to work in conjunction with government to address the situation.
What I expect from the government is nothing less than what we have seen when the Niger militants were vandalizing and destroying the Nigerian economy. These two are also disturbing the Nigerian agriculture, which is the backbone of the national economy. So I think the government needs to be more proactive to also, they need an attention. The least they need is a Ministry of Nomadic Affairs that will look into their problems.
The group has not been integrated into the mainstream society. He still lives in the forest. He has no identity as such because he doesn't have an ID card, what we call NIN today. He doesn't have BVN for bank transactions. He doesn't have international passport. Again, he is not, enjoying the benefit of the society. He doesn't have electricity. He doesn't have pipe-bomb water. He doesn't have housing. So he's on his own, kind of. And what he is, that has been keeping him busy, is no longer there. The cattle are no longer there. Why? One of the reasons is a lot of cattle rustling, that cattle theft. The other reason is issue of climate change. All the pastures have disappeared. Desert has eaten up the environment and things like that. So there is a lot that needs to be done to be able to bring him into the mainstream society. For obvious reasons, the fact that just like the overall society itself, there's huge population growth and youth bulge. Like most of the population is young, over 70% of it. So what do you do with the population? If you don't do something now, the UN has projected that by 2050, the Nigeria's population would have doubled to over 400 million. So, which also affects this. So one major thing is to bring it into the mainstream society. You have to develop that human capital in terms of education, in terms of healthcare services, in terms of skills acquisition. If you do that, then you make them employable. The other issue is that drug traffickers have targeted the same group because there are high incidence of drug abuse. So you have to clean up that mess. And the third issue is that these weapons in circulation, you must clean up the environment, also stop weapons from coming into the country. So if you do that, we'll be able to have peace and stability.
The pastoralist is a victim as well, because he is at the receiving end of the security problem in this country, because he's not spared by the bandit and he's neither spared by the cattle rustler and the kidnapper. So the pastoralist is at the receiving end of every sin crime in this country that is taking place today. So we have gathered here to at least allow the media to know our side of the story, to also request the media and plead with them to be fair to us in their reportage. The media cannot hold us or ransom for crimes perpetrated by few elements among the Fulanis. Criminal is a criminal wherever he is, and crime doesn't discriminate between religion and tribe. It's a common interest. There is no ethnicity, no tribe you cannot find in a crime. All tribes in Nigeria have their fair share of criminals. So for the media to associate the entire Fulani race in Nigeria as criminals, we feel the media is not doing justice to our race. We feel some part of the media are deliberately preferring the Fulanis for genocide in Nigeria. So that is why we have collaborated with the Northern Consensus Movement, because we see them as an amalgamation of Northern Association. So we have today collaborated with them to show to the world that the pastoralists are peaceful people going around doing their legitimate businesses, to show to the world that the pastoralists are also victims of all these crimes that are happening in the country today.
There was never a time where a Fulani man was given any relief material by any government agency, either at the highest level or the lowest level. And he's also a Nigerian. Don't forget, he's independent, he is contributing to the GDP of Nigeria, and he is also having the largest population, single largest population. Like I always say, Nigeria is approximately 210 million. We have 556 ethnic groups. The Fulani clan is one ethnic group, and they have over 40 million people in the Fulani ethnic group. So if you bring 210 population, 556 ethnic group, and just one ethnic group have a population of 40 million, that makes the Fulani the single largest population or community in Nigeria. Yet they are not recognized, yet they are not being given any contribution, yet security is not provided for them, there's no medical facility for them, they don't care about road, they never agricultural issues are not given attention to them. In fact, the simple way of life, their own simple way of life of rearing cattle is also being truncated. They are turning out to be poor. So what do you think of someone who is being victimized after having this large population? You've not given him opportunity of health, you've not given him education, no any other facility is given to him, and you don't do anything, and you expect after, like I said, victim of cattle rustling, and you expect the nation to be peaceful? Unless and until government turn its face to the Fulanis, trying to find solution to the problem. Now, General Dambazo, as guest speaker, have highlighted all the problems. He has also provided solution to the problem. The Minister of Agric has come and he has explained the programs and project of government towards the Fulani headsman in Nigeria. Do that. bring them together, discuss with them, recognize them as Nigerians, recognize them as citizens, give them the necessary support and facilities that you give to any other Nigerian. And I can guarantee you, there will be peace. You will never find a single Fulani man giving you any headache as it is. But don't forget, it's just 1% of the total number of Fulanis that are troublesome, that they are being profiled generally. You have criminals in Hausa, you have criminals in Igbo, you have criminals in Yoruba, you have criminals in Birom, you have criminals in any other tribe of Nigeria. Why do you single out a Fulani and a Fulani man to give him, to profile him by calling him bandit, whatever? In the last 7 months, we've been out in the field, working towards finding out what are the real problems of these people and what is the possible way out of solving this problem. This is what MACBAN and NCM have been doing the last 7 months, and this is why we come together to do this summit. And I can guarantee you at the end of it, if the government give attention to this very summit and follow up on whatever recommendation that come out of this summit, it will bring to an end banditry and kidnapping.